Your continued support of the CoinSeries channel is much appreciated. Request from viewer is, who is your favorite CEO and who is the best coin for you? You can also comment your opinion. Thank you to all the subscribers of our CoinSeries. Who came to our channel CoinSeries? You will always be info with the latest CoinSeries news. Number 1, CEO Brad Garlinghouse XRP and Ripple. Number 2, CEO Grayscale SEC. Number 3, CEO JP Morgan Bitcoin. Number 4, CEO Brian Armstrong Coinbase. Please like my video and subscribe my channel. A prominent XRP chart analyst claims that the cryptocurrency is starting to show price targets similar to its 2017 chart. At the top end, it would not be shocking if XRP reached double digits. I usually avoid making price predictions, but taking into account the present market cycle, those ranges don't appear too far-fetched. If Bitcoin is going to hit a new all-time high, then XRP should have a fantastic holiday season, in my view. Therefore, we will determine the exact nature of that together. But I don't think it's completely out of the question. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let me begin by giving some insights from Dan Moorhead, the person responsible for the first U.S. crypto hedge fund Pantera Capital. Furthermore, XRP has Dan Moorhead's full support. I also remember our long-ago forecast, XRP will be one of the cryptocurrencies that may be considered sustainable in the future. From the moment I met them, I thought that somebody was exceptionally insightful. The current market cycle, he says, is different from others. But after reading his research, I got the impression that he's really highlighting the asset class's development. But he does note that there aren't many coins that have maintained a steady position in the top 10. Furthermore, the position of number 2 in market capitalization has been held by only few individuals. The Ripple coin is one of them. Even if you believe XRP will be irrelevant in 10 years, you can't help but assume it will play a role in the market's eventual rise. I want to make it apparent that I am not from a wealthy background. You should not invest or trade based on my advice, because I am not a financial advisor. I am simply an enthusiast who enjoys making documentaries on YouTube about crypto-related issues for fun and as a pastime. Here we may see XRP registered at 56 cents. Ethereum is currently worth $42,610. The crypto-related fear and greed index gave you a score of 63 out of 100. In light of the ETF news from last week, markets have essentially remained flat. Although this is not an extremely radical position, it is reflective of the consensus among retail sector insiders, and it is presented here by Pantera Capital's founder, Dan Morgan. This rally is drastically different from the prior one. Finally, at the peak of 2021, there was a noticeable change in the top tokens. For instance, during the 2017 ICO-led bubble, 14 of the top 20 tokens abruptly dropped out of the top 20 following a sharp collapse. The market capitalization of these coins has decreased by 13, bringing the average down to 123. After dropping out of the top 20 at one point, only Tron managed to make a successful comeback. At this point, you can dismiss it as meaningless token speculation and disregard it as such. Take a moment to think about this. XRP is just continuing its sideways trend, despite all the haters who have been vocal recently, mainly because XRP's value has crashed compared to other coins. Set aside that type of thinking, though. Actually, for over a decade, XRP has consistently outperformed all coins, establishing itself as the unrivaled winner. Surprisingly so. There are over 20,000 different cryptocurrencies, but only a handful have cracked the top 10. If only for a fleeting moment, XRP, we are here. Even though XRP has been the subject of an SEC investigation that has carried on for years, its market value may reflect its true capabilities and the real-world impact it is having. In my view, the market continues to disregard the importance of utility even in the year 2024. In other cases, though, things are rather similar. For example, when you're looking at equities are just like any other. Okay, so you've decided to look at the market capitalization of various cryptocurrencies. All the guesswork out there amounts to, here's what we think makes sense. with the expectation that it will climb the ranks as more and more people cast their votes with their dollars. The ultimate determinant of the value of cryptocurrencies and stock markets is the combined brainpower of all humans. Yeah, that's just how things are. In my opinion, XRP's consistently high ranking makes perfect sense. Obviously, it does. Say what you want about the short-term price volatility, but I'm still convinced that XRP will wow and surprise everyone when it breaks. After 14 tokens were taken from the 2017 Times, Damore continues with them. 20 tokens that were not present during the prior peak were substituted. That is utterly astonishing, self-initiated mayhem. Curiously, nothing has changed throughout this rally. This cycle stands in stark contrast to the previous one. This time around, none of the top 6 have changed. Together, they account for 83% of the market capitalization. 8 of the top 10 are the same. We also kept 14 tokens from the top 20. This seems to be the asset class that is maturing, as I was saying at the beginning of the movie. Your inability to get a good night's rest is directly related to the persistent scarcity of XRP. You might as well put your money into a small cap coin instead of this huge cap one if you're hoping to benefit from the multiplier effect. The low money supply allows for the doubling, tripling, quadrupling, etc. impacts to be attained with comparatively tiny capital inflows. Whatever the case may be, it is fascinating to observe the evolution of the asset class, and the greatest things always succeed in the end. Despite the fact that the process is likely to be disorganized. The point is, to a considerable degree, that whatever the case may be, continues through all these cycles. Remain calm and examine this closely. Bitcoin is the only token that appears on all 3 of the lists that are highlighted in gold. In the 12 years after Litecoin's launch, just 4 tokens, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, have ranked second. Bitcoin Cash was only used for a single day of hosting. In this race, Bitcoin has no rivals. We emphasized throughout 2022 that blockchain was not going through an existential crisis, which set it apart, even though the downdraft was on par with earlier poor markets in terms of size. Much of the price action was driven by the headlines and leverage of negative actors. That is why the recurrence of the same projects shouldn't be surprising. Even though the projects were terrible, it didn't make them sad. They went down with the market. As an outstanding example of this, consider Solana. Assume I'm right. Does XRP actually have any useful practical applications? Truly, it has many applications. Developer activity is evident in the market, therefore it's safe to expect that XRP won't fare well, especially given that the market is only going to improve. I find that completely absurd. This is only my personal opinion. We will watch how it turns out. So, how does this actually work? It will be easy in 2017 or so, according to a famous expert named Greg Crypto, as I mentioned at the opening of the film. That is, if you are able to peruse it at your leisure. This is his real writing. Information regarding the average sentiment oscillator for XRP updated. October 3, 2023, to be exact. Along with the bullish cross, insights regarding historical patterns were offered. What's going on at the moment? In my humble opinion, the current curve closely resembles the formation observed in 2017. Examine the graph labeled below. For your convenience, here is a visual representation. What are your thoughts on this? Is this the start of a crazy, parabolic pumper? Is a fresh formation of cards that will eventually cause the percentage increase we witnessed in the previous market cycle to diminish? My doubts are well-founded, and I'll repeat them. Having said that, I am certain that the dollar gain will outstrip both the 2017 cycle and the previous market cycle, when XRP hit its peak. It's a shame, but that's just how things work. Keep in mind that XRP had the greatest performance of all cryptocurrencies in 2017. Its price hit new highs towards the end of the year and has been steadily climbing since the beginning of 2018. The rise was 300%. When we examine it from the start to the finish of the cycle, we find that it has increased by about 80,000%. Consequently, I maintain that XRP was strategically placed in that young market, despite the infamous volatility of cryptocurrencies during that time. It has stayed there at the absolute top the whole time. The technology is very cutting edge, I swear. Its influence will last since it has created a network effect. Put your doubts about XRP's future to rest. The cryptocurrency has been operating for almost a decade. Have you got a clue? In 5 years, will XRP still have any use? By that time, it will be 2020 technology. Being more than 10 years old and all, I find it absurd even now. There will be an announcement on the channel as soon as anything starts to change. Additionally, we will have our come to Jesus moment, if you will, even though it appears unneeded now. This will obviously be thrown away. Since I'm not good at predicting prices, the question of how high starts the fun part of the speculation, which I enjoy. There are people who will really use the Ygritte cryptocurrency. Nothing about this is unreasonable. I am completely unaware of what will be struck. Even for this cycle, I don't find any of this totally ridiculous. My faith is dwindling since the cycle is becoming more expensive. Obviously, I understand. Here we have an XRP price chart, but here is his take on it. He painstakingly penned the most recent XRP Giant Cup update. My bullish goals remain the same, and I am totally concentrating on the current Giant Cup issue. You can see that $1.20 is the highest point ever. Cost, $75 plus $13.20 plus $7. I am clueless as to whether that will happen this market cycle, but the idea is interesting. We shall observe the level of intensity in this market. But nothing about it feels completely insane. This is especially true when dealing with amounts of $13 or less. We will definitely watch how things turn out. That, however, does not come off as in the least bit ridiculous. But he writes down his ideas and expands on this. Secondly, in my opinion, looking at historical charts can assist you support your theory by showing how the price behaves when it is unaffected by broader market patterns. Thirdly, I've noticed that many influential accounts are presently stuck in what I dubbed analysis paralysis. They are attempting to understand macro and multiple chart analysis, but they are becoming mired in details. Here we take a close look at how XRP has fared in comparison to the cup edge and those scary Atlas lines. The 55-cent level is a significant support, and XRP is currently rising and falling expertly in accordance with the cup's curved form. My unwavering belief is that the weekly candle will not close below 50 cents, or that the edge of the Atlas line will be at 43 cents. I am not placing my hopes in this specific scenario, but rather in the bigger picture. Evidently, he does not think there is a good chance that we will be going much lower, if we fall at all. He and other experts have been guessing at this level, 54, 55, or 56 cents, for a while now. This level has been highlighted as crucial by multiple analysts. According to this individual, we won't close below the 50-cent barrier and will likely close above $1 soon, perhaps around $1.20. Possible loss of $13 to $27 prior to the cycle's demise. I would be perfectly happy with that. The fact that it's been over 6 years makes it, I guess. As a result, in order for that to transpire finally, it would truly bring me much joy. Given the current state of the market, what do you all think is likely to happen? Use the space provided to express your opinions. I am not a financial advisor, so please do not let anything I say sway your choice to purchase or sell. Do yourself a favor and subscribe if you find value in it. As for now, farewell.